Hello everyone, welcome back to Easy Budgets demo series lesson 3 Manage Budget part 2. In this video, we will have a demonstration on how to build a successful budget using this Manage Budget feature. So successful budget here means achieving your financial goals. Your financial goals may be one or many, such as keeping your fund allocation against subcategory items or category of items within the income you received, or keeping the expenses against these subcategory of items or category of items within the fund allocated against those and within the income you received, then achieving your savings or investment goals. So we can achieve all these by identifying the sweet saving spots and heart overflowing spots and managing the fund allocation distribution and expense control between these sweet saving spots and heart overflowing spots. We will see how to achieve this by using this manage budget feature. We will also see this budget panel. This budget panel, how this budget panel helps you in or how this budget panel gives you the pulse of your budget health. Actually, you can call this as a budget health panel also, because it tells how healthy your budget is, whether you are heading towards achieving your financial goals or whether you are lagging behind. So it basically gives a budget snapshot or budget summary of a month. So before getting into building this successful budget, we will have a recap on what we covered in lesson 2 manage budget part 1 video, because this will help you to refresh and recall the functionalities that will be helpful to carry out the budgeting activities in this manage budget screen. So we had the demonstration on this header section of the manage budget screen, the display of the budget name and the functionality of the hyperlink on it. So in whichever screen you are, you can see the budget name displayed with a hyperlink on it. When you click that hyperlink, it will take you to this manage budget screen of that budget. Next to this budget name is the edit budget functionality. This will allow you to edit the budget details or delete the budget. Next to this edit budget functionality is the change budget functionality. So if you had set up more than one budgets in this Easy Budgets application, then this change budget will allow you to navigate to or view the manage budget screen of another budget that you are set up in this Easy Budgets application. So next is information icon. This will display you the additional details about the budget. Coming to the main panel, we saw how to allocate funds against each subcategory of items in this budgeted column. Then we also saw how to invoke the add transaction screen by clicking this hyperlink in the spent column against each subcategory items. So add transaction screen is the screen where you will be entering your payment details or the expense details or the credit that you have received from someone. So if you click this hyperlink, the spent history window will open, which has the add transaction and edit transaction functionality. We saw how to add the transactions using this add transaction functionality and how to use this edit transaction functionality to update the transaction details. We also saw another way of adding transactions using this add transactions options. Then we also saw how to create and add new categories and subcategories of items from this manage budget screen itself. So subcategory item is an subcategory is an item where you can allocate funds and track the expenses and savings that you have done on that item, and you can group similar kind of subcategory of items under the categories and track the budgeted amount or the fund allocated and then the expenses or savings done at the both category level and also at each subcategory item level. So coming back to building a successful budget for this month of November, we'll first start with income for this month. Then I think we may need to do some updates to this budgeted column, and also we added few transactions, but we may need to add the remaining. But now let's start from the income receipt for this month. You can see an income of $260 received for this month. This income was the account opening balance when the account was created. In the lesson 1, how to set up a budget in Easy Budgets application, we saw how to, in the budget wizard, we saw how to add an account and associate that account with the budget. So that's when the account was opened, I entered a balance of opening balance as some, we created 2 accounts, and in that 2 accounts allotted roughly some dollars, which totals to $260 combined to both the accounts. That's what is displayed here as income for this month. So, but now we will add an income that I had received for this month from one of my customer. So, I am going to add that income first. So, I received an income to my Chase account on the month of November 29th. Payee is, it's myself. So, self. Category, I am choosing credit to be budgeted. So, please note that if you want to account the incoming amount towards the budget expenses or towards spending on the budget allocation, then you have to associate that amount with the category credit to be budgeted. Only then the system will account that amount towards budgeting. If the credit account is associated with some other category or subcategory, then that amount will not be accounted towards spending for the budget allocation. So that account will stay with that particular category or subcategory. So I received some $700.20 as my as a payment from my customer A. So then I wanted to add one more transaction on the income that I received. So I received another income to my Bank of America account the month of November 24. Payee again self, because I received the payment, and then the category credit to be budgeted, because only when you associate the incoming amount to this credit to be budgeted, it will be considered as an income that you can account for budgeting activities. Otherwise, the system will not take any amount that is associated with the different account with different category and subcategory. The system will not take that credit amount for as an income for budgeting purposes. So $300.50 I received it. So this is what the income I had received. So I'll make a note that this is a payment received from customer B. So I'm done with my income transaction. So I'm saving it and closing it. You can see that my income and my income details have been updated here as 1,260 and 70, and you can also see that I have a fund of $260, and you can see that I have already budgeted for $475. That is whatever the fund that I have allocated here, summing up those, that is the budget amount or budget that I had already accounted. Let me collapse it and show you. So you can count it at the subcategory level. You can see a total of $225, $150 and $100, $475 that I have already allocated towards subcategory of items which had rolled up against the category of items. So since I had already budgeted $475, the remaining amount that I can use for budgeting is, so you have to deduct this 1260 from you have to deduct this 475 from this $260, which comes around $785.70. So there are some remaining subcategory of items which have been left without being budgeted, so I have to budget those as well. So I'm adding a budget of water, some $20 that I'm going to pay as a water bill, and then property tax I'm just allotting some $121.10 because this is what I receive as the property tax. Then income tax returns, I'm not expecting anything, and then already I have added the I have allotted some fund for the bricks and sand, and then I have one supervisor who works for my company, so I have to pay him $100, and then I have some for 6 workers whom I have to pay $50 for each. So I am putting a budget of $300, and then I wanted to add some new categories. So let me add the new category because I wanted to do some savings. So I am putting a savings as my main category, and I wanted to add some subcategories to it. So I wanted to buy some New Year gift for my employees and family. So I need to save some money towards this New Year gift. So I am setting up one of the saving goal as New Year gifts, and then I wanted to give a party for the New Year. So I have to start saving for that. So I am giving a New Year party, and then I wanted to allocate some fund for emergency purpose. So I am putting as emergency purpose. So now I am going to allocate the fund. So New Year I'm going to so New Year gifts, maybe I wanted to, there are around 7 employees, maybe each $10, so I will put $70. And New Year party I have to spend against around, maybe I'm targeting that it may take around some $300, and then for emergency purpose every month I'm saving some one second, let me New Year party I will just put it as $250. You can see this, the budgeting amount dollar gets increased, and then this available for budget gets decreased as you allocate money towards the subcategory of items. This budget already allocated gets increased, and that is available for budgeting gets decreased. So maybe New Year party I'll spend around some $200, and then for emergency purpose I keep around some $50. So this is what I had budgeted for the month. So I'm saving it. So let me read over this. So the fund I received, the income I received for this month is $1,260.70. So I have the entire amount of money as a fund to be allocated towards my subcategory of items. So it is $1,260.70 I can use for allocating against this subcategory of items, and I had allocated this fund against each subcategory of items, and that totals to $1,236.10. So the remaining amount that I have that I can allot to an item is $24.60. So with that, we'll move on to the transactions. So transactions, already I had added couple of transactions here. You can see one I have added to as a payment that I have made towards the phone bill, and one you can see that I have made payment towards the rent, and then you can see that 50 and 10, and I have one more towards my electricity, so total is $65. Now we will add the other expense details. So that's what you see here. So let's start adding other expenses. So internet, I have allotted a fund of $15. So I'm going to add the transaction. So I had spent the $15. I'm taking the money from my Bank of America account, and then so internet I'm paying towards a vendor called Verizon as my internet payment, and then debit. Okay, I have allotted some $5, and then so I'm going to pay the bill of $5, and then I'm going to I wanted to, okay, I'm not adding any notes because it's just the bill payment, so I'm leaving it. And if you want to add any notes, you can add it in each and every transaction. It depends on usually notes, very key important thing, you can make a note of it, because in transactions you can search by notes also. We will see that all in the later videos. So again, I wanted to add one more transaction on the electricity. I can do it by adding it from here itself. So I am adding it. Again, I am choosing a Bank of America account, and then I had made the payment on 24th for it. The electricity is $10. I had to pay the energy bill to the vendor PSCG, and then I wanted to choose the category because I have invoked the screen from the category internet, so that's why I have to choose the electricity. And debit, here electricity, my allotted budget was $10, but what happened was I had to pay another $15. So I'm just paying the $15, and then save and adding it, and then I'm paying my water bills as well. So for my water bill, like that, I'm paying some, I'm adding some transactions. So my water bill I pay to my township municipality. At my township office. Okay, let me put it as municipality itself. And then the category is the water bill. I was expecting $20, and then the bill came was $19.50. So I am saving and adding it. So let me go, I'll close this transactions window. You can see the transactions added here. Okay, now coming to the property tax. So this is where the big surprise for me. I was expecting a bill of $121, but what happened was I received a bill of $600. So that was a huge thing, huge deviation. So let's see how we are going to manage that shortcoming. So again, property tax I will be paying to my township municipality. So I have received around maybe some $601.15. So it's a overpayment. I'm just making a note and saving it close. So I haven't allotted anything for my income tax returns. So now since now you can see that from here you can find out the saving spots and then the hard spots. So if you look at here, this is a neutral one. there was like you budgeted $10 and I spent $10. So it's good. So if you look at here, both are on target. And then electricity, here if you look at it, this is where I had overspent because I was expecting for $10, but the bill came for $20. So I had spent more, so $10. But the rent, I allotted $200, but there was a rebate for me and it was only $50 I had spent. So $150 I saved here. And the water, I saved around some, okay, I think I made it as I had put this in a credit. So actually it is not a credit for me, it was a debit. So let me update it. So here in water, I was expecting a bill of $20, but I received a bill of $19.50. So I was saved here 50 cents. And similarly, property tax, I was expecting $121, but unexpectedly it was more than or 5 times or 6 times more, because so if you look at here, it was 600 something. So there is a deficit of 485. Now we can see that the neutral spots are the phone, internet, and then the saving spots are the rent and then the water. But the overflowing spots or the hot spots are the electricity and 485. So now how are we going to manage the this or overcome this shortcomings? Let's see. So income tax returns, I'm not expecting anything. Then bricks, I had to spend $100 because I need these raw materials for the construction. So definitely I cannot cut short this. So I will definitely need to make payments for those. So I am entering the payment for that. Bricks as $100 debit. And then I am adding one more for the sand. Oh, I'm sorry. This is for the bricks vendor. So raw materials vendor. So I am creating the new payee raw materials vendor. So I had to pay the raw materials vendor. I cannot skip this payment. So I am adding one more for the sand. So I am paying it from my chase only. Then for November 23rd, again the raw materials vendor I have to pay for sand. So I am choosing the sand as the subcategory. Debit, I allotted $50 and $50 I have to pay, and then save and close. So if you look at here, yes, I allotted $100. I had to pay. I have made the payment of 100, sand 50 and 50. So it's all on track. Now for supervisor and for workers, I cannot cut their wages. So I have to enter the payments that I have made to those workers. So again I have made the payment to them. So I'll put the category as labor payment. And then for the labor, for this category, I had allotted some $100. I think it's $100. Yes. So you can move these boxes. Anyway, if you want to see any value, definitely you can move this 100. And then I'm adding one more because I have to make the payment for the worker as well. So making the payment from my chase for the worker. So for the workers, I made the payment on 30th of November. So I'm the labor payment in subcategory as workers. So I'm making a payment of $300. So I'm entering it in the credit section and then saving and close. So let's come here. What we can do. So already if you see that I have budgeted 1,236, but I have already spent $1,255.65. So there is a shortcoming of overspent. So I am not able to spend anything. right now. I am not able to allot anything right now. But this is where I received some income tax returns from the tax regulation body, IRS. So I am adding that credit transactions. So I have received it to my BOFA Bank of America account, and the November 30th I am receiving. So I will put it as self, and then I received some income tax returns as a credit of $212.75. Then I'll put this as IRS income tax. Okay, I'll put the tax returns as a note. Let me save. Okay, I have to save and close, but accidentally I clicked the save and add. So let me close it. So if you look at here, since I received it $212.75, actually I have still some more left. You can see here I had budgeted for $1,236, but I had spent only $1,042. So I have little more left for me to allocate some expenses towards the New Year gift and the emergency purpose. So what I will do is I will add emergency purpose. I cannot skip. So let me put this $50. So I received the amount in, I received the credit in Bank of America. So I will allot it the fund of pay to, maybe I'll put the as the savings itself. Savings or paid to, I'll put it as maybe okay, I'll put self. It's because it's for me, I'm allocating for me. Oh, what happened? This we cleared it. Okay, and then I'm allotting some 50 because I was targeting to save $50. So I'm adding that $50. So you can see that I was targeting for $50 and I had saved the $50. So now let me add for New Year gifts. What is still left out is, if you look at here 1,236 and 92, hardly some 100 and not even 150, some $140 have been left out. 140. Yeah, 140. Yes. So let me split that. Okay, the New Year gift I'll put the 70. So I put it as self because I'm paying to me myself. Sorry. And then I'm putting this self, and then save and add another. Then again, so another 40, another $70. I'm putting it towards against the New Year party, another $70. So I'm done. So you can see that I was finally here. If you look at my savings goal, I was able to save $70 this month for New Year gift, but I was not able to save the $200 which I was targeting to save. And for emergency purpose, I was able to, I targeted for $50 and I was able to save for, and I was able to save the $50. So here, except for New Year party, other things I was able to achieve the target. So overall, when you come to this, you can see that your budget health is not that worse, though you are not able to achieve all of your savings goal, but still you are able to meet some of your saving goals. Maybe we can compensate that shortcoming in the next month. We will see how to compensate. So the fund received was this much. I mean, the income received was 1260. So the fund available for budgeting was $1,260. And I totally, from this 1260, I allocated $1,236 for these subcategory of items. And then I had spent $1,232.90. And from this income received and budgeted, still I have $24 that I can allocate for the budget, but I am not doing anything now. I'm just keeping this as a credit. Okay. And if you look at this overall, this budget, you can see that this category is monthly bills is healthy, though you have some shortcomings here or some overflowing spots in the electricity, but overall you had some savings in the rent and water. So at the category level, it is very healthy. You still have $140 that you can spend against this category. But when you come to tax, this is where the major shortfall had happened. So raw materials, it's on target, it's a neutral, no savings spots or overflowing spots. Same applies to labor and savings. You still have some $130 that can be allotted, but we need to see how we can achieve the saving goals by meeting allotting more fund towards the savings. So now let's go to next December month. So coming to the December month, if you look at here, that last month available budget, it got carried over here, and with no income received itself, you can see that you still have some $24.60 available for allocating the fund towards any of these subcategory items, because this is a carryover from here. Now I received this month also, I received $1,000 as the income from my vendors. So I am receiving it on, let's keep it as 4th itself. I am receiving it. So I am receiving from my towards my category, and okay, the category and subcategory should be credit to be budgeted, because this income I am going to use towards my for the budgeting purpose. Okay, I am receiving a credit of $700. This is a okay. Now I will add one more, because I'm the another $300 I'm receiving in my Bank of America account on 4th December. I am receiving it, so self, and then the category to be budgeted, I'm receiving a credit of $300 and saving it and close. So you can see that I received an income of $1,000 and the fund available is $1,024, meaning that the last month available budget got credited into this month's fund. So totally I have a $1,024 that I can spend, that I can allot to the budget. Now this December month bill is going to be the same as my November month budget allocation. So I don't want to keep keying again the fund allocation for each of these subcategory items. So what I am going to do is I am going to pull the November month budget data. So you can see that all of the budget data alone, not the spent one, all of the budget data alone gets pulled here. If you want to clear the data, you can cancel it. All the data will go in. But I just wanted to pull the data from the month of November. You can see that all of these are pulled. and then I want to save this, but this month I'm not having any property tax due because I paid everything, so it's 0 for me. So I'm going to save. So you can see that the data that I have pulled from the November month and the update I have made, everything is saved here. So this copy budget functionality will save your time so much that you need not rekey. It will and it makes your life easier, especially when you have lot of subcategory items and categories. I know you need not key in for each and every item again and again. You can just pull the budget data from whichever month you want. You can just go here and choose the month and save, and you can pull all the budget data. And now you can see that there is a deficit in the budget because if you look at here, the budget, the available fund was 1024, but I have budgeted for 1115. So there is a deficit. So how I can adjust my my budgeting? So where can I reduce it? So the only option that I have is maybe I can spend my I can reduce my expenses on all these utilities. I can control my expenses. So I'm just where I can adjust it. Maybe I will reduce my raw materials a little bit because that's enough. So I'm going to adjust it here. All I'm going to reduce the expenses. So and then water also 5, and then I'm going to reduce the budget like $80, and then maybe $10. Maybe I will have only less labors instead of 6, maybe only 4. So 200. So maybe I'll still more reduce it, maybe 3 labors, so only 150, and still I have $40. Maybe I will bring back this because I don't want to compromise on my thing. So still I have $84. So if I need to allocate or pump in some funds, I can do that. Where I can pump in is where I wanted to have is, for now let me have this. Let me have this as the okay. So so I had budgeted a $940. Still there is an availability of $84. Let me reserve that. So I am saving here. So all the revised budget data got saved here. Now I am going to add the transactions. So transactions, let me add it now and we will see. It's the same like however you add the transactions, maybe the same way, but what happened was, okay, let's see. I'm adding a transaction for my phone bill. So though I targeted for $5, I was able to save some money and it was $3. And then I'm just internet again $5. So I'm choosing the Verizon here. Oh, I'm sorry, it's internet. So here also I was able to save some dollars. So 3 and save and add. And surprisingly, this month also I got a okay, let me add the electricity bill and then will come electricity, my PSEG. So I was able to save some money here. I spent my expenses on electricity, so I was able to save some. And then there was a rebate for me again this month for the rent. And then so rent only $50 because it's a rebate, so I'll make a note that there is a rebate. And save and add. I wanted to add one more because I'm planning to move on to my own building. So this month, from this month, I will be receiving my deposit back from the property owner. So I'll be receiving the pay as self, and then I have like for the under the rent, I'll put it, and I am going to receive a advance amount of $400. Then I'm making it deposit return. So I'm saving and closing. Now if you look at here, you can see that there is a credit here. You can see that this is a sweet spot because I just for $200 that I had allotted, I only spent $50, and I also got a rebate of $400. So it's $350. I was able to save, and you can see that everywhere this is all savings. And we'll come back to this remaining field, how we are computing. Here alone you can see a negative value because this is the impact from the last month. So again, these transactions I need to add it. Let me add quickly all of these. So I cannot make all this labor payment and all. Okay, raw materials, right? Okay. 100, save and add. Again I'm paying from my in December, and then payee, raw materials, vendor. I'm just making it very quick so that then $50. So save and add, and then selecting the account, chase, and then selecting the payee, the labor one, labor payment, to give a payment of for this category, subcategory, supervisor. I have to make a payment of 100. So save and add. Again I have to make a payment again to the labor for the worker category. So I have to make a payment of $150. So save. I'll just save and close, so that this is all neutral. Now coming to the to this one, saving goal. Yes, if you look at here, I just have still I had just spent only, I don't know why it's not okay. Okay, so I'm still okay. So I had received an income of $1,000 and budgeted for $940, and I had spent this value somehow. Okay, let me refresh it once again. Okay, let's allot the fund for this New Year gifts. So I'm allotting towards the New Year gift. As this is towards the itself. Okay, so let me add the self New Year gifts. So how much did I allot? $70. So I'm allotting the $70 and then save and add, and then account chase, and then allotting the self for New Year party. I am going to select something and then adding the credit of $200 and then save and add, and emergency purpose. Again $50. Say save and close. So you can see that, okay, this one I have to put it once again and let me edit it, and this one should be not a credit because I'm allotting fund towards that, so it should be a debit. So if you here see that you are on track in this savings, because but still you like when you look at this, you see a remaining of 130 that I need to allot towards this new year party. Reason being that the last month, if you see that I was targeting to save $200, but then I allotted only $70 I was able to spend. So what that $130 got carried over here. So how am I going to manage this? So I can still, since I have some more left, if you look at it, I have budgeted for $940, but I have spent only $379. So it means that I have some more that I can allot towards this thing. So I'm going to allot another $130. Let's see. So now that you can see, if you come to this one, okay, let me show you spend items value. You can see that I received an income of $1,000 and then I got this $24 carried over for the month of December. So I had the fund of $1,024 that I can allot to the budget, and what I did is the total allocated fund for this month is $940, and then what I had spent, if you sum together the total amount that I spent is $509, because I received a credit of $341 as a deposit to my rent. So the only thing you can see that here, the only red spot is the tax, but we can definitely manage the tax because I still have some more left in my budget. So $940 and $509, I can even pump some money here, and then I can also pump some money to the tax here, and I can make this as a I can overcome this shortcoming. So this is how you can play around, or you can allocate your budget, or you allocate your fund towards subcategory of items, and then track your spend and then remaining items. And I wanted to explain you about this the remaining item one more remaining amount one more time. So remaining amount is, it is based on the budget. So if you had it depends upon the budget amount that has been allotted in previous months, and then the spendings or and then the expenses and savings that you have done on that previous month on that particular item. and also the budget that you had allotted for this month as well as the expenses and savings for this month. All this have been taken into consideration and then this amount is derived. I will show you an example on this phone. For example, in the month of November, you can see that I allotted a fund of $10 and I made a payment of 10. So the remaining there was none. But when you come here for phone, I allotted $5 and then a remaining of only I spent $3, so it is 2. Okay, the best example I will show you is the gift one. If you look at here, last month, that is in the month of November, I allotted for the New Year party $200 that I budgeted $200, but I was able to save only $70 or allot only $70. So there was a remaining of $130 from the budget amount that I can spend on this. So what happened was, the month of December, you can come here and you can see that I had allotted $200. So totally there is a $400 allotted, and if you look at it, I just allotted $70 and then here $330. The balance of the balance amount from this $130 had been carried here. So when I made the $330, the remaining available amount became $0. So that's how you can compute the remaining amount. The remaining amount, all this remaining amount for subcategory items gets rolled out at the category level. So one more thing I wanted to show is, you can also use this icon to navigate between the months, and you can use this, you can click on the month to open the calendar, and you can navigate to the previous years and select the months, and also you can navigate to the forward years and select the month and you can budget it. So forward, you can see all these dates being the months being disabled, but as you budget for a month, the next month in the calendar gets opened and you can choose that and you can start budgeting. Since for the December 2021, I had some budgeting activity, the January month in the calendar is open. So if I do some budgeting activity for the January month, the February month also gets opened. So the next one, I wanted to show you how to what is the functionality of this hidden categories. So hidden categories, say like I said here, for the rent, I'm going to my own building the next month. So I don't want to see this rent category anymore. In that case, I can click this and I can hide it. If you save the selection, it comes under displayed under the hidden. So, but you can see that the value is not impacted at the category level. If you look at here, the fund allocated is total at the category level is 20. So all this together 20 and then the 200. So totally $220. Similarly, if you sum up the expenses of all these subcategory items and this hidden subcategory items, the total comes around $341. So that's how, so where this functionality will be helpful is, say if you are availing a personal loan or a home loan, where you have to pay a monthly installment only for the first half of the year, first 6 months, and then you are done with the loan, and then you don't want to see that category. That's when you can hide the categories. And if you feel that hiding the categories is comfortable, then this one will be helpful. So, but if you want to unhide, you can click on this and then you can unhide it. So this is, and you have to save your, you have to save the hide or unhide, unhide actions if you want that actions to be effective. So I did a unhide. So it's back here. Okay. This is how this manage budget feature can be used to build a successful budget. In the beginning of this video, we saw 3 financial goals. Keeping the budget allocated against the subcategory and category of items within the income received, we were able to achieve this goal. Keeping the expenses spent against the subcategory and category of items within the budget allocated towards these subcategory and category of items and within the income received, we were able to achieve this goal. Achieving the savings goals, we were able to achieve the New Year party savings goals, New Year gift savings goals, and the emergency purpose savings goals. With this manage budget feature in this easy budget application, you can play around with your budget and progress towards achieving your financial goals. If you like this product, please visit www.easy-budgets.com. Sign up and subscribe to our annual or monthly plan. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and like our video. If you have any questions, please post your questions in the comment section of this video. With this, we will conclude this video and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this.